we're going to be looking at some evolutions of logos in our very next game. Yes.
Okay.
So this is our next interactive game where you guys can play from right at home for real prizes. And to play, all you have to do is hit that subscribe button because only subscribers can comment and play along. So let's see how well you guys do in our game of logos.
Hold on, no buzzer this time.
No buzzard, but don't worry. Don't worry, Cammie. Don't worry. I got you. I'll see you over there.
That was so much fun.
Can you spot the most up-to-date version of these iconic logos? Let's find out. Here is question number 1 in the transportation category. Which Uber logo is the most up-to-date version? Now, these might be a little tricky because a lot of these are the evolution of logos, but get your answers in. Is it 1, 2, 3, or 4? The most up-to-date version of this logo is gonna be, where is it? Number 2, right here. So again, Uber is following that more minimalistic typeface logo, and they removed their cool little U part of it, so it might not be as exciting as some of these other logos, but that is the most up-to-date one in the car category. We had some players here actually try answering number 3, but that is one of their older logos. So they just updated it to number 2. All right, let's see if we can get this going here. So I'm also gonna be taking it over to my hosts over here for a little bit more on brand collaborations, but we're gonna see if you guys can name them. So here is our second one. In the finance category, which is the most up-to-date version of the PayPal logo? Is it gonna be number 1, 2, 3, or 4? All right, so PayPal, as we know, is a finance website, and they're also taking the trend of maybe updating their logo and seeing which one fits for them. So what is the correct answer gonna be for this one? Get your answers in, comment 1, 2, 3, or 4. The correct answer for this one is actually gonna be number 1, which was that boring, ugly, simplified version of the PayPal logo. They actually just updated this in December and are continuing to roll it out. So expect to see this a little bit more on their website and in branding, but it's not cute, you guys. I just don't like this trend. But a couple of you guys got that right, but let's see if we can get the next one. So for the next category, we're gonna be doing fashion brand. So let's see if you guys can get the correct one here. Which is the most up-to-date logo for Gap? Is it number 1, 2, 3, or 4? Now, here's a little hint for you guys. These are all Gap logos that have existed in the past. But the challenge here is to identify the most up-to-date one. And I'll give you a little hint here. This one is somewhat of a trick question. So get your answers in, comment 1, 2, 3, or 4 for your answers, and let's see if we can win that prize. All right, you guys, so the most up-to-date version is gonna be number 4. So this one is a trick question because they actually had number 2 as their logo for a week, but there was so much online backlash that they turned it back to that logo. So that shows you the power of the internet and sharing your opinion. So let's go yell at Jaguar and Uber for all of their boring logos. But number 4 was the correct answer, and looks like you guys got that correct. But we have one more question left, so let's see if we can catch up to Obella Mafia. All right, you guys, last question here. What is the most up-to-date version of the Pepsi logo? Is it number 1, 2, 3, or 4? Now this one's kind of tricky because these are a little bit more on the similar side, but again, these are all logos that have existed for the Pepsi brand. But again, which one is the most updated one? Do you guys have an eye for design? Have you been paying attention? Comment your answer 1, 2, 3, or 4. We're trying to catch up to Obella Mafia to see if you can win the final prize. All right, you guys, the most up-to-date logo in the drink category for Pepsi is gonna be, I actually forgot this one. Let me see what the right answer is because all these are the same. I think it's number 3 is the most one. That's the problem with these is that because they're all similar logos, I lied. It is actually number 4. See, I don't even know the answers to my own games because these are all so familiar, but number 4 is the most updated logo for Pepsi. So just goes to show you that sometimes the changes are a little bit more subtle and sometimes they make them so boring. But let's see who the winner of our interactive game is going to be. We were seeing if we could catch up to Obella Mafia, but the winner of our prize is going to be Obella Mafia. Congratulations. Make sure to check the comments for more information on how to claim your prize. And thanks for playing it along. But we're going to continue on the theme of brands over at our roundtable. So I'll see you there. How'd you guys do on that one?
That was really hard.
That was hard?
That was
Yep.
hard.
Really hard.
And it just goes to show you how often brands are updating their logos and trying to keep it fresh. But another way brands look to modernize and keep their branding fresh is with unique brand collaborations. But sometimes they're so out of left field that it has you questioning if they're even real or not.
Like what do you mean?
Oh, don't worry. We're going to be going over it because I'm going to challenge my hosts to a little
my
game
gosh.
and see if you can identify which brand collabs are real or fake. So you're going to give me a thumbs up if you think it's real or a thumbs down if you think it's fake.
Okay.
And we want to hear from you at home. Play along. Throw a thumbs up or thumbs down emoji if you think it's real or if you think it's fake. So let's see if we can correctly identify these. You guys ready?
Okay.
All right, so our first brand collaboration is with Heinz Ketchup and Absolut Vodka for a pasta sauce. What do we think? Is this a real product or fake? Cammie thinks fake. You think real?
No way.
Vodka sauce? Yeah.
With ketchup?
It is a real brand collaboration.
You have lost it, America.
This is no, it makes sense because it is a vodka pasta sauce. And fun fact, it was the #1 selling pasta sauce for Heinz, making it their most popular
Heinz,
product when it
Heinz.
launched in 2023. You
Wow.
No.
Okay, no, so not a fan. But I feel like this one makes a little bit of sense.
Ketchup is pasta sauce? I'm not Italian, but on behalf of all Italians everywhere, no.
What? Pasta sauce is made of tomatoes and so is ketchup.
Heinz is trying to spread their wings. Let them do it with the vodka sauce, okay?
Vodka, yes.
Yeah, vodka. Can't like anything with a little bit of booze in it. All right, the next brand collaboration is between Del Taco and Tacs for some spicy mints. You got your Del Scorcho, you have your mild. Do we think this is a real collab or fake? Rain has 2 points because this one is a fake product.
I guess
However,
I got some good taste.
Yes,
Just
but
saying.
this was actually an April Fool's prank that they did. So
That's
they did
hilarious.
post this, and people were like, "Oh wait, like spicy mints? That doesn't sound too bad." I mean, they have sour and sweet ones, so this one is not for real, which is probably for the best.
Yes.
The next brand collaboration, we have Native, which makes deodorant and
Yes.
body wash and shampoo, along with Dunkin' Donuts for donut-inspired scents. So do you want to smell like a donut with your body wash? What do we think? Is this real or fake? You both said, you got a yes, you got a no. This is real. This is a real brand collaboration, and here are the scents. So it's strawberry frosted, vanilla sprinkle, blueberry cobbler, and Boston cream. So if you want to smell like a donut, you can.
But
My
I feel
daughter.
that that's a little odd because
No.
Native is like all about health and wellness, and then Dunkin' Donuts not so much. So it's kind of like
That's fair.
Right?
That is kind of odd. But if you recall, back in November, we did a pumpkin spice. Is
Yeah.
this real or fake? Native was another real brand that did a pumpkin spice deodorant. So
well,
they're
pumpkin is
Yeah.
healthy.
That's fair, that's
okay,
fair.
I
Can I
don't
just
see
say this?
it.
My
Yes.
daughter uses a lotion that makes her smell like glazed donuts. And it's amazing. So the fact that this could be, yes.
Yeah, because like vanilla's
I don't
common.
like my
Amazing.
lotion to smell like food. Like if
Yeah,
I smell
that's
food,
fair.
And I
want to eat
understand
it.
that.
I don't want to rub it
I
on.
do, but every time she's around, I'm like, oh, because donuts. She doesn't want hot, fresh
know.
glazed donuts. You're like, yes. Oh, it's you. Or you bring, but there's never any donuts. So you're like really disappointed.
And I'll be like, now I'm hungry and can't have anything.
Okay, next. That was fun.
All right, next brand collaboration. Get this. Burt's Bees chapstick with Hidden Valley Ranch.
Ooh.
So this is lip balm. Do we think it's a real brand collaboration or not?
I am scared, America.
Joke's on you guys. This is a real brand collaboration.
I am afraid of
Yes.
America.
Here are the flavors of this, you guys.
Flavors?
It's a 4-pack. They come with a 4-pack. Fresh carrot, crunchy
Okay.
celery, buffalo sauce, and of course, Hidden Valley Ranch. And you guys, this brand collaboration sold out. It sold out. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Is that not the
I'm so
kookiest
glad
thing?
I'm not head of ranch because this would be a no-go for me.
Do you want your lips tasting like celery and dill?
But I feel like when you get ranch and all these things on your lips, you wipe it off if you're
Yeah.
eating it.
Yeah.
But I mean, good for ranch and Burt's Bees, man.
You know, I've made hot wings before where my kids have taken ice cubes and like rubbed them on their lips because they're so hot. So I can see the hot wing kind of,
Oh yeah.
I can see that.
but I also don't want to be tasting that.
I
Again,
don't
it's
wanna
that-
be
it's
tasting
that,
it.
like,
Yeah.
I don't want to taste food that I can't eat.
Yeah,
Wait,
that
here's
with the
a
beeswax?
question for you. Now, yes, it's sold out, but were there any reorders?
So this was a limited edition one.
Oh,
so
they
it
were
was
smart because
yeah.
they're like, no, they're going to get it and be like, no, thank you.
I bet they were
So
stocking
let's make
stuffers.
it.
Yeah, it was stocking stuffers, and it was definitely for the novelty of it all.
Yeah.
And they probably
Yeah.
aren't stocking the store shelves
Yeah,
with it,
like-
but that's a crazy one.
Yeah.
All right, we have Heinz again doing a ketchup collaboration with Kit Kat bars. What do we think of this? Is this a real brand
Wait a minute.
collaboration?
Wait, hold on. I need to wrap my head.
Yeah.
Are the
Heinz
Kit
and
Kats
Kit Kat
dipped
bars.
in Heinz, or does the Heinz have chunks of Kit Kat in them?
It's more of the ketchup is infused in the wafers of the Kit Kats.
Oh no. Please, America.
And you guys
No.
are both correct. Yes, this is a fake one.
Praise the
This
Lord.
is
Praise
fake.
the Lord.
However, Kit Kat is known for doing some kooky flavors. Some of them are wasabi, sweet potato, apple, and sake. So it's not out of the question for Kit Kat, but this one would be pretty gross. I think we know
Sake?
it. They have a sake one, and that is popular in Asia. So
We need to go there.
good to know here. All right, our next brand collab, Crocs and General Mills with a cinnamon toast crunch theme, Croc.
I hope these are for real. These are so fun.
Aren't those so cute?
Yes.
Well, you're going to be delighted to hear they are real.
Yay, Crocs
Yes.
and Cat. Was it Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
Not
Yes.
just that, they came out with a cereal series that includes Crocs for Honey Nut Cheerios, Trix, Frosted Flakes, and Cocoa Puffs, in addition to the Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
Especially because it's like, it's fun, it's novel, and people just love the Crocs
Yeah.
with all their giblets, I think they're called.
uh-huh.
So this would be a fun one
Kids
to
will
try.
love that.
They'll
Kids
love
will
this
love that,
one.
yeah.
All right, our next brand, Crest Toothpaste and Vlasic Pickles.
Ooh.
Real or fake?
Stop.
I don't know, Cammie, what do you think?
Please no.
No.
Please no.
No.
So this one's
What?
a trick question.
Oh, okay.
This specific brand collaboration is fake. However,
okay.
two smaller indie brands did come out with a pickle toothpaste. So Boca teamed up with Grillo Pickles to create a pickled flavored toothpaste. They describe it as briny, sweet, tangy, and surprisingly refreshing. And you both are grimacing. What do we think about that?
I am willing to try anything, but I just don't see if we're grimacing, I don't see how that's going to sell.
Maybe when they were pregnant and they wanted some extra.
Oh, okay.
That's fair. See, I'm a
Okay,
pickle
Cam.
lover. And I don't know if I don't want my breath smelling like pickles.
No.
The only reason
Yeah.
I could maybe justify it is that pickles are basically cucumbers, and cucumbers is pretty refreshing, and maybe for a toothpaste.
But a pickle and a cucumber is two totally different tastes.
Is it
That's
a hot
fair. Yeah, that's
pickle
fair.
or like a dill,
A
like
dill
crunch?
pickle.
Okay, no.
Yep.
Girl, it does not matter. A pickle and a toothpaste is no.
She's not putting that in her
Okay.
mouth.
Does
All
not
right.
matter.
Well, you know, I can see it only in the terms of a hot pickle, and they used to put a peppermint in it,
Oh.
and you eat that. Have you had that?
No.
Okay,
No.
and my culture, that's called a prickle. Yeah, and it's like a hot dill pickle, but it's super hot, and you stick a big peppermint stick in it, and you eat it and suck the juice at the same time. So you get like this peppermint thing to it. So I can
Interesting.
understand that.
Maybe
and that's
that's
why
where
I
it came
asked
from.
if
Yeah.
it was a hot pickle or a dill, because it does not taste good with a dill pickle, but only like a hot one.
I would like to try that because that sounds right up
And it's
my
a prickle.
alley. All right, the last brand collaboration is Papa John's with Pot Noodle. So there's basically like top ramen noodles on top of the pizza. Do we think this is real, fake?
I'm afraid of America. They're gonna stick that on some pizza and call it a day, aren't they?
Well, it's fake.
Oh, thank God.
Is another, yeah, I got you. I got you. This is another April Fool's joke that they posted. However, Papa John's does do pasta bowls, so they technically do noodles in a different format,
Yeah.
just not on top of their pizza.
I feel like there's so many things that taste good on a pizza. I mean, why not some ramen?
Right.
You know, some college kids have already been eating this.
Yes, I know. I was like, this would be a fun
I
one.
can see that middle of the night. Like some
Yeah.
spicy ramen noodles with some cheese pizza with more cheese on top of it. And maybe a prickle.
Yep. And Obella Mafia in the comments is agreeing with you guys for some of these,
Oh.
saying no way. So some of those are real, some of those are fake. We want to hear from you which the most surprising one was. But thank you, hosts, for playing along.